Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Anatomy of a Goal. I'm Greg Lalas from MLSsoccer.com. In this episode, as promised on Twitter, we break down Lamar Neagle's goal for the Seattle Sounders in a 2-0 win over Real Salt Lake on Friday the 13th of September 2013. There's nothing unlucky about this goal. It's about movement off the ball and defensive pressure with just too many holes. Let's wind it back and break it down. The key to a pressing defense is making sure that everyone is on the same page. If just one person is reading from a different book, you're in a heap of trouble. And that's the lesson of this play. It starts with a back pass to Seattle goalkeeper Michael Gesperning, which prompts RSL forward Joao Plata to give chase. Now Plata's a speedy little guy and he's thinking he might be able to force a turnover. But he's also thinking he'll get support from his midfield. No dice. And the dominoes quickly start to fall. Or, I should say, the Sounders start to topple the dominoes one by one. First, RSL's Javier Morales is late to apply pressure out wide, so John Kennedy Hurtado has the time to turn and look for a pass forward. Meanwhile, the rest of the RSL midfield, particularly Kyle Beckerman, recognizes that pressing in this moment is a losing proposition. That's why Beckerman hangs back, trying to provide extra cover. But that causes its own problems, and it leaves an ocean of space for Osvaldo Alonso to drop into. And that's when things go from bad to worse for RSL, and from good to better for Seattle. We talk a lot here in the Anatomy Lab about how the little things make the biggest differences. For example, in this case, Alonso gets the ball and turns upfield. This forces Ned Grabavoy to cheat to the middle. Now, how important are those few little steps? Well, it means that DeAndre Yedlin has a clear shot down the flank. So when Alonso plays the ball up to Obafemi Martins, it's just a simple turn and a ball down the line and Yedlin is free. After that, RSL are basically cooked. Look at Grabavoy trying to get back. He doesn't have the speed to do it, so he's pointing frantically to tell a defender to go challenge Yedlin. But center back Nat Borchers is nowhere because he was pulled out of position by Martins' earlier run. Meanwhile, Seattle's Mauro Rosales is frantically pointing to tell Yedlin to attack the space. It's kind of like a battle of frantic pointers, and Rosales is winning, which of course forces Grabavoy to give up pointing and simply throw up his hands in frustration. But this play is not over. You know, inside the mixer, or that point in front of the goal here, it's usually pretty chaotic, and he who finds the order in that chaos usually wins. In this case, Rosales makes a run to the near post, taking two defenders with him and leaving a pocket of space behind him for Neagle to run into. What's cool is that Yedlin sees it all happening and plays the ball into the space before Neagle even makes his move, really. Maybe Yedlin's actually aiming for Andy Rose. Or maybe Neagle shouted something to Yedlin. Either way, it doesn't matter. The ball's in the back of the net, and Neagle and Yedlin have time to do a little fishing. Well, that's it for this episode of Anatomy of a Goal. Let me know what you think in the comments below, or keep hitting me up on Twitter @Gagens. Let me know what goal you'd like to see anatomized, and maybe next time we'll wind it back and break it down.